Hey guys, and welcome to something new on our channel. We are starting a new career mode with Southampton on Football Manager 2017. This career mode will rely on you, the fans, to make all the key decisions in the day-to-day running of the club. As you can see, we've added Matt Le Tissier as our manager to replace Claude Puel. We thought we would choose someone who is a club legend, has achieved amazing things at the club, and someone who can lead our club forward. As you can see, we have Matt Le Tissier's face in the game, adding that authenticity into it. We have a few welcome messages from, obviously, our chairman, Ralph Kruger, who has set out his philosophies for us. Play possession football, play attacking football, sign young players for the first team, develop players using the club's youth system. Very much philosophies which we adopt in our current squads and in real life. So I'll attend our meeting with our assistant manager, Eric Black, as you know. I've got some questions to asking you. The day-to-day running of the team. Firstly, before we talk about team policies, do you want to arrange inter-squad friendly? Now, I tend not to do inter-squad friendlies because they don't really do them in real life, and also I feel like we know our first team pretty well, so making them play each other maybe doesn't make sense so much. So I'm going to click no, it's fine. I won't schedule any inter-squad friendly. Okay, that's great. So now he wants to know if we want a team report. I think a team report from someone like Eric Black could be quite helpful, so I'm going to say yes and see what he thinks of all our players. Would you like to meet the rest of the staff? I'm going to say no to this one. I don't think we need to meet the rest of our staff. Eric Black's probably the main guy that we're talking to, so I'm going to say no. And I think that's all we need from him right now. Okay, now we're through the meetings. We can go through our transfers. Currently these are the players we have out on loan. We've got McCarthy, Gate, Gallagher and Gazaniga. Gallagher obviously scoring goals at Blackburn in real life. And an injury update, we have Boufal, who obviously had his knee problem before he came to the club and is going to be out for 2 to 3 months. And then Jeremy Piet, who was unfortunate to pick up a damaged cruciate ligament in pre-season and he's looking to miss most of the season. Here are our responsibilities as manager. And here is our report from Eric Black. Now all the green is obviously pros for the club, and all the reds are weaknesses or cons surrounding the squad. So our greens we've got a big wage budget, £240,000. That's going to be helpful. We've got Fraser Forte, who's a great goalkeeper, and we've got great depth at goalkeeper as well with Alex McCarthy. We've got Cedric at right back, and down here you can see our transfer budget. £31 million still to spend if we want to spend it in this transfer window. Now we don't have to, but I'm going to let you guys decide what positions we need to strengthen and what players we want to bring in there. As for our weaknesses, squad depth has obviously been an issue. We have weaknesses at both left back and at striker. When you look at our left back options, we have Ryan Bertrand and Matthew Targett at left back, and obviously Sam McQueen who's playing there in real life. If we can bring in a left back who has some experience, and means that Sam McQueen doesn't have to play in our first team, perhaps that could be an option for us. We also have attacking depth issues. Jay Rodriguez is one of 3 strikers at the club, behind Shane Long and Charlie Austin. If we can bring in a striker as a 4th option, in case we do get struck with injuries, that could also be an option. On to our scouting now. We have 2 options here. Ross Wilson is brought for us. Kenny Tete, who is a right back from Ajax, who is 20 years old. Now right back is somewhat of an issue we are looking at, so he could be an option. And we also have Darren Fletcher, the ex-Man United midfielder who's now playing for West Brom. He is 32 years old and playing central midfield, and probably isn't a player that we're going to be looking into. So now we're going to go to our homepage, and this is how the format is laid out. We have the league table here. Here are our fixtures. We'll just have a quick look at those. So at the moment we have lots of friendlies. In fact we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 before our first Premier League game at home to Burnley. Now we probably don't need this many, so I'm tempted to cancel some. We have a very early home game against Feyenoord here. We'll take out this game against Stade de Reims. There we go. And we will also take out this away game against Nancy Lorraine. That's done. And now we're down to 6. friendlies, which seems about right. Now we can go back to our inbox, just confirmation of those 2 friendlies being cancelled. And we can now look at our balance. See, we have £46 million in the bank, 31 million in our transfer budget, and £1.4 million in wages. And now we'll take a look at our squad. Now here's our squad of all our players, all the first team players. So if we go into tactics now and pick our starting 11, we can go to skip this, and here's our formation. Now, formation in real life somewhat varies from game to game, but this is a formation that is given us by default. Now, I'd be tempted to move this player up here instead, give her the Tadic role, and then we'll start filling players in. So our first choice goalkeeper's got to be Fraser Forster, so he goes straight in at the goalkeeper's position. At left back, we've got to put in Ryan Bertrand, England international. And our centre backs pick themselves. We've got captain Jose Fonte, obviously going to start alongside Virgil van Dijk, perhaps our best player statistically. At right back, when fit, you'd probably pick Jeremy PA or Cedric. We're going to go with Cedric as he's not actually injured on this game, so we'll put him in there. We just need to change these to make sure they're suited to their roles. And we're going to have offensive there, a ball playing midfielder there, and I guess Cedric can attack from right back. Now our 2 holding midfielders, we've got a huge selection here. We've got new signing Pierre Højbjerg, who statistically is very strong in that position. We have obviously Jordi Clasie and Oriol Romeu, and even Harrison Reed, who's very capable of playing in that position. Now I'm tempted to play Oriol Romeu here. Actually, we're going to swap him slightly more advanced and put him as a deep lying playmaker and have him defend, and Jordi Clasie next to him. Actually, instead of Jordi Clasie, we're going to put in Højbjerg there, and a deep lying playmaker as well, and he can support. And in front of him, we are going to put Dusan Tadic in the middle, who's a natural cam and can play there very comfortably. And then on the wings, we will be playing Nathan Redmond on the right. I know he's been playing as a striker in real life, but I think he's more suited on this game to play on the wing. And at left midfield, we could either put Tadic there and put Stephen Davis in the middle, which I think is what I'm going to do. I'm going to move Tadic out wide as an advanced playmaker, have him support, and put Stephen Davis in behind the striker. Although he's not ideally suited to that role, we could look for a player to play in this position too. Up front at the moment, we can't look beyond Charlie Austin, so we'll put him up there. And this is our starting lineup so far. So as you can see, we'll just fill up our bench now. We'll have Alex McCarthy on the bench, Kuko Martina, Maya Yoshida, Florin Gardos, Jack Stevens, Matthew Targett, Harrison Reed, Jordi Clasie, Shane Long, Jay Rodriguez, and James Ward-Prowse. Obviously, Jeremy PA and Sofyan miss out because of injuries. And we can move into our under-23s now. Take a look at our younger talents. We have a lot of players in here who featured in the first team already. Down here we have Sam McQueen, Jake Hesketh, Lloyd Isgrove, and a couple of others like Ola Mola. Now these players will be staying in the under-23s for now, but perhaps they'll get a run out in their pre-season. As the season goes on, we'll have lots of decisions to make as manager, such as this one, a loan offer for Jack Stevens. So I want you to comment below before I make any decisions myself, what you think we should be doing with all our players. Not just our players, our formation, and everything that goes along with running a football club. So I'll leave lots of information in the info and you can comment below how you think we should progress. So I'll leave that for now. We've got a registration window to register our squad, so we'll do that. All our players are selected here. Nathan Redmond needs to be included, but I think he's under 21. Oh, he's not anymore. Digital prowess also in the squad, and everyone else. We'll include Jeremy PA for when he comes back from injury. Pierre Hoiberg's under 21, so doesn't need to be registered, along with Harrison Reed. So we are good there, so we'll confirm that. Now here's our selection for our training squad, who are off to Hong Kong. So I'm just going to auto-select these players, including youth prospects. So we should have 40 players going to Hong Kong, who are all listed here. We have young players like Jan Valery, Josh Sims, Jake Hesketh, Ola Mola, Marcus Barnes, all included, going on that trip. Okay, and we can click continue again. And here's our first interview as Southampton manager. We stand here today unveiled as new Southampton manager. As a big club fan, surely this is a dream come true. I have dreamt of this moment for years, so we'll go with that one. Do you feel expectations after the season have been fair and realistic? I do, so I'm very happy with the direction we're going in. Everyone at the club wants to be the best they can be, nobody more so than me, there we go. What made you take the job? Supremely ambitious, with the requisite tools in place to be very successful, yes. It's important for every player to know that they can come to me with anything. Want to be a social manager. You want to concentrate on the Premier Division, obviously. The league, I think that's what the fans want, I couldn't agree more. Where are we looking to strengthen? I guess I'll be honest and will say defence. And that is the end of that interview. Okay, we can click continue again. Now we have 14 days till our first pre-season friendly, so perhaps we can start scouting some players. Nothing too interesting here, just financial fair play. And our training camp in Hong Kong is underway. Here I have highlighted a few players who I think would fit into the squad perfectly. You've got a couple of options here at left back with Patrick Van Aanholt and Jetro Williams, both young Dutch options who are available for a fairly decent price. We have also Jordan Obita from the Championship who plays for Reading. Here we have a very promising young midfielder playing for AC Milan. His valuation tempted me in at only £500,000, so maybe he could be a great option for the future. And at striker, our main option who we were linked was Sebastian Haller, who plays for FC Utrecht. Now he could be a great signing. He's available for around £5 million, so we could bring him in for a reasonable price also. I'll just give you a more detailed look at our other targets. Here we have Locatelli, who plays for AC Milan. His stats aren't available, but in real life he's just broken into their first team, and he really could be a great prospect for the future. Our left back options are Jordan Obita. Obita plays for Reading. He's 22 years old and has played for Reading mostly his whole career, so he could definitely make the step up to the Premier League. Jetro Williams is probably a player you've heard of before. He seems to get great stats and seems to grow very quickly on the game. Available for 4.3, so he could well be available for a small amount of money. Patrick Van Aanholt is a player Premier League fans know a lot about. He plays for Sunderland, where he scored 4 goals last season, so he could well be a great option to step in at left back if we get any injuries. Let me know below which of these options you like. If there's anyone I've missed, make sure you comment below to see who I should be scouting. But for now, we've got scout reports and all of those, and we'll see what our scouts make of those players once we press continue. And here are our reports. Now, Locatelli is very young, he's 18 years old. His potential ability is 5-star, his current ability is just 1 or 2. They say it might be worth keeping a close eye on his development. So perhaps it's too early to be looking at this player, although I feel like if we were to pick him up now, he would be a lot cheaper than perhaps he would be in the future. Our next report is Haller. Now his current ability is 2.5 stars with the potential ability of 5. There are apparently some doubts, but may be worth tracking the player. He's available between 5 and 10 million, so he could be a definite option for a striker. Although perhaps we should keep looking for someone with a better current ability. Patrick Van Aanholt next, and he's regarded as a good signing for someone like Southampton. With 2.5 star current ability, but very few cons, and we know what we'll be getting from that player. Now we go one up to Willems, who's got a slightly better current ability than Van Aanholt. He is available for quite a lot of money, between 4 and 10 million. So if we could pick him up between that, maybe that would be worth going for. But now we've got Jordan Obita, 22 years old. Also be apparently worth tracking the player for now. 2-star current ability with a 4.5 star potential ability. He's available between 3.6 and 7 million, so he'd be a lot cheaper. But we just need to decide who we are going to go for. Here are the offers for Jack Stevens. We have a loan offer from Fulham in the Championship, and now his role there will be a squad rotation defender. Or we have a loan offer from Walsall, where he'll be a valuable first team member of the squad. Now I'm going to go ahead and accept both of these and let Jack Stevens decide where he wants to go. He hasn't made a first team appearance for Southampton this season yet in real life, so I feel like he'd be better utilised going out on loan and getting some experience. So I'm going to accept this. And yes, and accept this one too. Yeah. That's where we're going to end today's episode. I hope everyone's enjoyed it and are ready to make all the big decisions during the season. Don't forget to check us out on social media, over on Instagram, which we'll leave the link to in our description, and on Facebook. The next episode will be out next week, so keep your eyes open, and remember to subscribe and like this video.